Friends, this is the story of a place where, for the last 300 years, superhumans known as metahumans lived peacefully alongside humans. 30 years ago, a spaceship crash-landed on Earth. Inside it was a small child who grew up to become the world's most powerful metahuman. What? Superman. 3 weeks ago, Superman stopped an attack on a country named Jaranpur by another powerful being known as Hammer of Boravia. This incident became a global controversy. Just hours ago, Superman was attacked by Hammer again, and for the first time in his life, he lost the battle. He crash-landed in the icy wilderness, severely injured. Superman blew a special whistle, which was heard by his dog, Krypto. Krypto came rushing to him and gently dragged Superman by his cape back to his secret base, the Fortress of Solitude. This base could only be opened with Superman's DNA. Once inside, his AI robots picked him up and played a comforting video message from his biological parents to calm him. Superman was originally from the planet Krypton. When Krypton was on the brink of destruction, his parents placed him in a spaceship and sent him to Earth. In the video, they assured him that he would be happy on Earth. But only half of the message was received. The rest was damaged during the journey. To heal Superman, the AI robots exposed him to sunlight, which restored 83% of his strength. Once recovered, Superman set out again to confront Hammer, who was seeking revenge for Superman's earlier interference in his country. It was revealed that Hammer was actually being controlled by a wealthy and powerful man named Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor had carefully planned every move and knew Superman's fighting style. He once again lured Superman into battle and attacked. The story then shifts to near the Fortress of Solitude, where a female engineer working for Lex Luthor entered the snowy region undetected. Meanwhile, in Metropolis, a man named Malik Ali, a supporter of Superman, watched helplessly as Lex Luthor and his team took credit for defeating Superman. Hammer of Boravia, using an interdimensional tunnel, arrived at Lex's office. It was here that we discovered a new character, Ultraman, another metahuman. Back at the Daily Planet newspaper, Clark Kent, Superman's human identity, was congratulated by his adoptive parents because one of his articles had made the front page. A fellow journalist, Lois Lane, teased Clark about why Superman always gave interviews only to him. At the same time, Boravia's president was publicly claiming strong relations with the USA and denying any wrongdoing. Meanwhile, the US government began creating their own team of metahumans and engineers to counter Superman if needed. Lex Luthor portrayed Superman as a threat, accusing him of meddling in political affairs and having hidden agendas. He claimed Superman's hidden base should be investigated, but the government lacked solid proof to act on it. Back at Lois Lane's house, she and Clark had a heated argument. Lois, as a journalist, was questioning Superman's actions in Boravia. Clark defended himself, explaining that he stopped a war, destroyed some tanks and jets, but avoided harming people. Lois questioned whether he had spoken to the Boravian president, and Clark admitted he had, in a desert, threatening him with cactus to warn against future attacks. Lois criticized Clark for trespassing into a country, threatening its leader, especially one allied with the USA. Clark responded that Jaranpur was improving and that no country had the right to attack another just because it was imperfect. The debate turned personal, and the couple argued emotionally. Lois said she doubted their relationship would survive. Meanwhile, Ultraman and the engineer infiltrated the Fortress of Solitude, fought the AI robots, and were attacked by Krypto. Lex Luthor was searching for evidence to bring down Superman. With the engineer's help, he recovered the second half of the damaged message from Superman's parents. This second half revealed that Superman was sent to Earth not just to survive, but to conquer and rule. This message spread like wildfire, turning public opinion against Superman. Green Lantern and other heroes began to question Superman's loyalty. Superman, confused and heartbroken, returned to the fortress. The government officially decided to detain Superman for questioning. Boravia's president condemned him further. Using the interdimensional tunnel, Ultraman and government agents captured Superman and handed him over to Lex Luthor. Superman was taken to the Pocket Universe. There, Lex introduced him to Element Man, who had the power to create elements, including kryptonite. Element Man weakened Superman with kryptonite. Meanwhile, Boravia prepared to launch another attack on a neighboring country. Lois Lane suspected Lex Luthor had sold weapons to Baravia and wanted war to continue, so Superman wouldn't interfere. Journalist Jamie Allen investigated and discovered the truth about the Pocket Universe and Lex's secret plans. Lex Luthor used mind-controlled monkeys to spread hate about Superman on social media. He kept Krypto distracted in a virtual simulation and held many enemies and ex-girlfriends captive in the Pocket Dimension. Even Element Man's son was imprisoned, making him loyal to Lex. Lex's girlfriend, Eve, also feared him. When Element Man realized Superman could save his son, he removed the kryptonite. Superman began regaining strength, but there was no sun in the Pocket Universe. With help from Mr. Terrific and Lois Lane, who had tracked his last known location, they traveled to the Pocket Universe. Element Man attempted to create a sun, which finally restored Superman's strength. He saved Element Man's son, freed Krypto, and prepared to escape, but Lex's soldiers attacked again. Superman, weakened, fell into a black hole, but called for help from Krypto. With Element Man's help, he managed to escape. Back on Earth, Superman was unconscious for a long time. When he awoke, his adoptive father reminded him that choices, not heritage, define a person. Meanwhile, Jaranpur was under threat again, and its people were calling out for Superman's help. As Superman prepared to respond, Mr. Terrific warned him about a new dimensional rift that was splitting Metropolis in half. At the Daily Planet, Lois revealed to her boss that Lex Luthor's real motive was to become king by taking over Jaranpur. A plane carrying journalists flew over the rift. A collapsing building nearly crushed people, but Superman saved them in time. Mr. Terrific said the rift could only be stopped with a code from Lex Luthor's lab. Suddenly, Ultraman and the Engineer attacked again. Superman fought them fiercely. The Engineer used her powers to enter Superman's body and weaken him from within. Meanwhile, Baravia launched its tanks toward Jaranpur. Superman, despite being poisoned, flew into the sky and used a risky move to disable the Engineer. He expelled her particles from his body and discovered Ultraman was a clone of himself, controlled by Lex. Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, and Element Man joined the fight and stopped the invasion. Hawkgirl even threw the Baravian president from the sky. Lex Luthor confessed he started the war only to frame Superman and justify killing him. Superman whistled to summon Krypto, who then smashed all of Lex's surveillance systems, cutting off Ultraman's control. Superman defeated Ultraman and threw him into a black hole. Mr. Terrific and Superman rushed to Lex's office to stop the rift. Superman pleaded with Lex, saying he was human in every way that matters. He makes mistakes, feels sorrow, and learns. But Lex said the government had ordered Superman's execution. Just then, Krypto attacked Lex and knocked him out. Mr. Terrific sealed the rift, exposing Lex's crimes on national television. The war was halted. Element Man joined the Justice Gang. All captives were freed. Lois and Superman reconciled. The Fortress of Solitude was restored. And finally, Superman's cousin, Supergirl, arrived. Turns out, Krypto's aggressive behavior was due to her arrival. And that, friends, is the end of our story. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and share it with your friends. Your support helps us bring more exciting content your way. And if you love exploring thrilling stories and mind-blowing sci-fi, subscribe to Navitech and Entertainment and turn on the notifications so you never miss an update. See you in the next adventure.
You're a superhero.